All right, hi, it's Miss Kathleen, and I'm going to show you how to set up your CloudLibrary account and just talk a little bit about how it works once you have it set up. So the first thing we're going to do is go down to your launch pad, the little rocket, and we'll open it up. You're going to be going to self-service where you normally go to download a new app. I'm going to look for CloudLibrary, but for some reason in self-service they call it Cloud Drive. I'm not sure why. But if you see this little cloud with this red CL in it, that is the correct thing. I already have it installed, so I don't need to reinstall. So I'm just going to get out of that and go back into the Launchpad and open my CloudLibrary icon. And it takes just a minute for it to open up. And patient. All right, so welcome to CloudLibrary. So we're going to first just go ahead and click on the next, and it's going to tell us to select a country. So we're going to go to our country, United States, right there, and select it and click next. And now it's narrowing us down. We're going to find our state. So we're going to scroll down and look for Maine and click on that. And go to the next button. And finally, we're going to pick our library, which in this case is Dyer Library. That's how you access CloudLibrary, by using your Dyer Library card account number. And the way it's set up in this list right here, it's alphabetical by town. So we're going to need to scroll down to find Saco. And you can tell we have a lot of different public libraries in Maine, which is a great thing. I'm going to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And there it is, Saco, the Dyer Library. Click that and go to next. Now, this brings us to the part where we actually put in our library card number. But first, we're going to need to check this box, I accept the legal terms above. And what that is referring to are these items right here. The end user license, the terms of use, and the privacy policy. I'm going to tell you just to go ahead and click this, but normally when you're downloading an app that you don't know too much about, I really want you to check out the privacy policy to see what they're going to do with your information, just to make sure that you're okay with how they're going to use any information you may give them. I'm comfortable with this app, and I am working with you to set it up. So in this case, we're just going to go on, but normally I would like you to check these things out. It's just the smart way to do. You don't want to give up some of your information without knowing what's going to be, how it's going to be used. All right, so now I'm going to enter my card number, and you'll enter yours, and then you'll click Login. And it brings us to this last little bit. It says, your computer needs to be activated to download and read books using CloudLibrary. Please activate your computer now. And you can see there's two choices, and one's already clicked off, and that's actually the one that you want to have clicked off. Automatically generate ID for CloudLibrary. And we're going to activate it. And it's logging us in, and here we are. And it brings us to Saco Dyer Library, and we come on the featured page. That's where we land on. And you can see this first row of books says these are always available in unlimited usage. And what that means is that these books can have an unlimited number of readers at one time. So 35 people can read Keep of Dragons all at the same time. That's not true with most of the items in the CloudLibrary. Normally it's one user at a time. And so if you want a book and it's already checked out to somebody else, you can put it on hold and wait until it becomes available for you. So we'll go down to the next line, and this is the MSBA 2020-2021 list. It's what that is, of course, the main student book award list that we always talk about at school. And then below it is the MSBA 2019-2020 list, and it goes down. This is just the featured page. If you like young adult books, there's some great ones on the North Star Young Adult Award Books list. This is a new award list that started I think this past year, and it's full of great books that I've read. And then there's a lot of other things that are just the featured ones. But you can search for a book title right up here in the search bar if you know the title of the book or if you know the author. You can browse, and so these two categories of fiction and nonfiction. Those you can assume are adult fiction and nonfiction, because then you can click on teens and they have it broken down by different categories here. Also things that are just listed on the browsing page. And there's also kids. And really there's a lot of crossover between teens and kids. Like this book right here, Other Words for Home, is also on our MSBA book list, and it's just a great book. I highly recommend it. It's in verse. It's wonderful. Let's just go back to the featured, because I'm going to show you a couple other things. So here we have two of the same books. The Line Tender, another great book. And this one is an e-audio book right here. You can tell because it has the headphone icon on it. And this is just an e-book where you would just read it like you would read a normal book, just reading it on your device. And so if you want to look for an audiobook, you can see any of these with the headphone icon or audiobooks. And you can also filter if you want to do only ebooks, or if you want to look for only audiobooks, if you want to look for books that are just available now versus where you have to put it on hold, you can go ahead and click that. There's a lot of different filters. So you would choose what you want and then you press apply. So if we went to just audiobooks and pressed apply, it should bring up only audiobooks. Just takes it a little bit of time to go through sorting because it has to think about it and sort everything. There's a lot of sorting. Maybe I shouldn't have used this as an example because it's taking a bit of time. Alright, here we go. Yep. Now you can see the list is made up of just audiobooks right here. So if that's what you're looking for, or if you just want ebooks, you can also sort for that. So I'm going to go back to the filters and take it off and put it back onto all. And then I'm going to show you the books that I have checked out. While we're waiting for it to come up, you can check out 3 items at a time, and you can put 3 items on hold. Once you have 3 items, you can't put any more on hold. So you just want to think carefully about which items you want to put on hold. And you get to check out each item, regardless of whether it's an e-audio book or just an ebook, for 21 days at a time, so 3 weeks. And once that 3-week period is over, you don't have to do anything. The system will automatically take the book back for you. So you'll never have a late fee. You'll never lose a book. So that's great. Here are the 2 books I have checked out. The Speed of Falling Objects, which is an ebook, and Good Enough, which is an audio book. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that tonight. And then down here, I have 2 books on hold. I have Aurora Burning, which I actually already had, but I hadn't started listening to it at the beginning, and so it got taken from me before I finished because my 21 days ran out. So I was, obviously upset because I'm really enjoying this audiobook, and I went back to put it on hold, and it was going to be 3 months before I got it back. Now it's available in 12 days, which is great. It turns out that I'm not having to wait 3 months because not everybody takes their whole 21 days to listen to a book or read a book. They can turn it back as soon as they're ready. Or sometimes people don't even check it out. It comes up available for them and they never check it out. And so then that automatically takes another 21 days off my waiting time, which is great. So I have 2 audiobooks on hold. And I'm going to just show you what an e-book looks like. So if I open up The Speed of Falling Objects, here's the cover. Now, so you can scroll up and down like this. It actually scrolls better, and my little recording window is over here. See this arrow? I can just do this instead, which gives me more control than if I try to scroll up and down. When I scroll up and down, sometimes it goes too fast. So I could go straight to a chapter if I wanted to, or I can just keep clicking on the arrow until I get there to the first page. Now I'm going to go back into my books, and I'm going to open up Good Enough so you can see what that looks like. I normally listen to the audiobooks on my phone because then I can play it through my speakers in my car. But I wanted to show you what it looks like on here. Oh, and it's actually playing. So it's just a series here of the tracks, which normally the tracks go by chapters, not always, but usually this is a chapter, this is a chapter, and so on. I can pause it, I can go forward 15 seconds, or I can go forward further. I can bookmark sections if I want to go back to them, like if I want to place a bookmark and then make a note about why I wanted to note that, I can. So those are nice features too. And then I'm going to go back into the featured section, leaving my books now. It's just taking a moment. Our internet's a little slow at home. But I wanted to show you what it looks like if you want to put a book on hold or check out a book. Because I'm showing you books I already had. Goodness, this is slow. Alright, here we go. So let's just look and see. Alright, let's see, I'm trying to think what might be out right now. Let me go through here. Let's just look at Forgotten Girl. Whoa! Went too fast. Alright, it's a ghost story. So if you're in the mood for a ghost story right now, this is a good one to check out. So I'm going to click on the ebook and see what happens. Alright, it's available to borrow. I could click this borrow green button, oops, and it did. So now I actually borrowed it, but I didn't mean to, so I'm going to go ahead and return it. There we go. I'm going to return it, but you can see, let's see if this one's available. This one's not available. It'll be available in 16 days. So if I want to put it on hold, I could just, I'm not going to click it, it's very sensitive. I could place a hold on it, and then when it becomes available, it would let me know and I could go ahead and check it out. So that's how you go ahead and put hold or borrow items. Alright, so that's the overview, how to set up your account, and just some tips about how it works, what it looks like, what an e-audiobook looks like, and what an e-book looks like. Alright, happy reading everybody. Bye.